What's up, folks? We are doing this car thing again because apparently you guys like this and we need to be efficient with our time.
Or we're never gonna get an episode recorded.
We have a lot of stuff going on and we're really trying to get good content for you guys. So we have to kill two birds with one stone. We are actually headed to pick up moving boxes right now. If you've checked out the last episode, you would know that we're moving and where we're moving to. So
and we're in a different car.
Yes, we are in a different vehicle. If that looks any different, we're in the truck now because
See your little flag.
yeah, we need all the boxes. Yes, you can see my flag right there. Yes. So today's topic is another question was asked by viewers.
The people want to know.
The people want to know, is it right or proper, or how we feel about having separate bank accounts?
I don't. Okay. We've had this discussion with couples in the past before that we have been counseling.
Yep.
And is it wrong to have separate bank accounts? Yes and no, right? Like,
Explain, Lucy.
because okay, we have joint accounts. Listen, when we got married, we became one, which means our finances became one, which means our credit became one. You know what I mean? So I just feel like all my bad financial mistakes, all your bad financial mistakes. I mean, that sadly, yes, but we've learned from that.
Yep.
It's ours,
Yep.
right? It comes out of our money. Whether you're working, I'm working, it's our money.
And that's just it. There's been plenty of times where I've been the only one working, but it's still our money.
It's still our money. But I guess as far like, okay, so how in depth are we talking, like separate bank accounts? Like, are you hiding money? Are you doing it out of rainy day because you feel like maybe the relationship's gonna go south? Or like our friends have separate bank accounts and it works for them. But there's complete honesty in the bank accounts.
Yep.
One person handles X amount of bills, the other person only handles groceries and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything wrong with it? No, if there's honesty behind it. No. It stopped recording.
No, keep on.
It did not stop recording on my side.
Yeah, so we're good.
Okay. So, but if you're in a place in your relationship where, you know, I guess what's the intention? What's the heart behind it?
That's the key right there.
What's the
I
heart
think
behind
it's
it?
what's the heart behind it, because once you figure that out, I think it begins to make a lot more things clear, right? Like if, you know, having separate accounts, that's not the worst thing in the world by any means, but is it I'm trying to keep what's mine away from you or vice versa? Or is it just like, hey, you know, I do have one account that is separate from Abby. However, she fully knows about it. Anytime she asks about it or wants to see it, she can. And it's just been not convenient to get her added to the account.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting to do it. Like I have the signature card and everything, plan to do it.
We don't use it out of.
But that's just it.
I mean, okay, you have a bank account for your allowances, like you guys have separate.
Yeah, allowance is a good thing.
The allowance is a great thing. Again, what's the heart behind it? So is it wrong to have separate bank accounts? No. If there's full honesty and full disclosure. Because I think that is a very vulnerable thing when you become a couple, opening up. Why could you? And they're right in the middle of the road.
Right? There's like 3 lanes they could have been in.
Y'all, I have real bad road rage. Y'all need to pray for me. I've gotten better. I've gotten better.
It's all good.
They're real rude. I cut them off.
Bless you anyway.
Go in front of them.
Oh.
Oh, what is this? Anyway, so no, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're doing it because you're saving for something, we'd have bank accounts where it was just vacation money. And that's out of sight, out of mind.
So I have to tell the story.
Oh God.
So when Abby and I first got married, she opened up an account.
I did.
Solely for the purpose because she wanted the Hello Kitty debit card that came along with it.
It was so cute.
Now, I did not know about said account, and so it really didn't matter to me either way. But we were actually we were
Houston.
In Houston at the Galleria, and we were going up the escalator, and it was like, mind you, she's a terrible liar, and she keeps secrets well, but she's just a bad liar. So for whatever reason, it was eating away at her, and she busts out of nowhere and is like, oh my gosh, I opened an account. I'm so sorry, but there's no money in it. I just wanted the debit card.
But it came in real handy when we moved, and there was no bank out here in Fort Worth.
Yeah, for sure.
And we needed the Wells Fargo account.
I tell the story just to say it comes down to your heart about it.
Yeah.
Like that's really where it is.
We kept it open for a while. So it's like, okay, out of sight, out of mind bank account where you guys are saving, like, or your rainy day fund, your vacation money, and you use only that debit card. The intention behind it matters.
Yeah.
If it works for you, great. We see couples all the time. They're like, we have separate bank accounts. But I will say, the topic always comes up, and there's always a fight behind it usually. Well, they're not managing their money well, and why don't you ever have money, and why don't we, how come you, and it becomes an I versus them.
It can
so that
bring
can get
cause
ugly.
for pause.
That can get ugly. I think, it's a very vulnerable thing to, disclose all of your finances like that when you become a couple, because not that you're lying about anything, but it can be embarrassing knowing the things that you've either spent money on, or how you've managed, really just how you've managed the money, how you don't have money, whatever.
Yep.
So I think it's fine. I think if there's just full honesty about it, if it works for you, great. But it don't work in this house. It don't work in our house.
We're gonna add this
to the
list of things Mark Duncan is not gonna do.
No, you keep your money, because you're not about to be with anybody else. So that's the kids' money too. So, and also, because starting this whole entrepreneurship, I'm broke. So if we have separate bank accounts, I'm probably negative, and I need Mark's money. Our money.
Our money.
I need our money in my account because I'm poor.
So it's not our account, it's your account?
Oh. If we have separate accounts,
okay.
I need our money in that account.
Okay. I understand. So those are our thoughts on the whole separate bank account thing. Just staying with the whole financial structure and everything like that. Part of it, you got to have some type of budget in order to really say what money is going where and what belongs to who and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole nother portion of it that a lot of people don't do. We weren't super great at doing it for a long time because I took over the finances from Abby years ago, which I never should have done. I for whatever reason, I thought myself to be more capable of doing it than she was, and really just messed things up.
I'm a real good penny pincher.
And she's really great at handling finances, and I did that for years and kind of ruined our finances. But she's taking things back over the last few months. Well, I guess it's been like 6 or 7 months now that she's taking things back over, and we're back on track, and we're right where we're supposed to be and doing good things. And
we bought a whole couch.
We did.
A whole couch.
We bought a whole couch that we paid
because
cash for.
Because of my colorful spreadsheet.
Yes, spreadsheets make me go cross-eyed.
They're so fun.
But we did. Yeah. We're able to do things, and when you have things budgeted out and set aside and planned out, man, there's just the stress of, oh my God, how are we going to pay for it after you've already bought it? It just doesn't come with the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
We bought a whole couch and we paid for it, and I'm not thinking of how we have to budget here in the future and penny pinch in order to make sure we get those payments and everything on time so that creditors don't come and all that other kind of stuff. You just don't want to have to deal with after the fact.
Truth.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's our 2 cents on a budget.
Yeah, that's our spiel on finances. And encourage if you're a couple, even if you're about to get married, like that's hopefully a conversation that you've had of what your finances are going to look like.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think, your credit score is like a first date type of question.
Why not?
That's quite invasive.
No.
Hey, none of your business. What if we don't go past the first date?
Okay, then second date.
No.
So
I'm not buying.
Hi, you have nice eyes. So what's your credit score?
Yeah, false.
Listen, if you're like dating in your 30s,
I get that.
Listen, tell me your credit score. What's this look like moving forward? Because one, I'm not trying to be dating 100 people to find the one, right?
Correct.
Like dating, like we solely believe in courtship. Like you're not dating to date. Like you're dating to, have a solid relationship.
Right.
That we found later in life, like that.
Right.
Anyway, so I feel like those are important things.
Wow.
That's Subaru. Okay.
They are important. Then there's a cop behind us. That cop may do another, probably out of his jurisdiction. Ain't that would be the time. Anyway.
Yeah. What's your credit score?
I do think that's an important topic. However, that's not a topic I care to know or need to know about the other person until I feel like
we're going somewhere.
Yes.
That's true.
Because that's very personal, invasive information.
Again, we have friends that are married and like no idea where some of the debt came from.
Yeah.
And they're paying $1,000 in debt of things that you just didn't know.
Bro, real talk. When we years ago lost jobs, stuff like that, and we had got with somebody at our church to help us get our finances on track, in a better position, and there were things that came up when we had to have some come to Jesus meetings. There were things that came up, and Abby was like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't even know where this came from. And I'm like, well, what had happened was. So those are conversations that need to take place on a regular basis. I'll be honest with you, like talking about finances, it kind of stresses me out.
How many times do I ask you, hey, what's our stuff? What's our limit right here? Hey, what's the New Balance?
Yeah.
You just asked me 2 days ago, but what's the balance?
Yeah, and she's on it. She's on top of it, which is a good thing, because that's the only way you're going to be able to manage this if you stay on top of it. And if you stay on top of it, then it doesn't get behind and something you have to figure out. So I'm so thankful that she handles our finances. I definitely stay informed about them. I'm not oblivious to them by any means. But she does the majority of that, and she's really good at it. So that's going to be something else.
It's important. Like, what if you die and I don't know anything about the finances? Or like, if I die and you have no idea where anything's put, what counts, like what, where, how to pay for anything. Real things.
Those are all important things that we've seen people go through, and they lose a spouse or something, and it's like, well, I don't know where he kept this, or I don't know what she did with this, or I don't know. And
that's scary.
So
it's important.
Yeah.
So finances, separate bank account, sure. Full disclosure needs to be at 100%.
There we go. Gotta be.
Now, unless you're hiding something, then we need to talk.
Yep.
Because I also want you to spill the tea, because I want to know what you're hiding and why you're hiding it.
And probably need to have some counseling and figure that out, because somebody ain't gonna be too happy that things are being hidden by any means. It's just a hard issue.
It is.
It's just a hard issue,
Well, okay, so what do you say about like people that have, and they're like, okay, they get put in a rough position, right? Like the couple gets they lose a job, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, I had this money stashed away.
Okay.
But then the fight is now, well, I can't believe you had the money. You tell me, yeah, but if I didn't have the money, then we wouldn't be okay right now.
It's possible for there to be two truths. So it is true that, if they didn't stash the money away, then you wouldn't have the money for when you needed it currently. But it's also true that they were hiding it from you, and that's dishonest. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
You hiding any money?
I am definitely not hiding any money. Trust me. Trust me. Yes. You see exactly where my paycheck comes into.
I do.
And you divvied out faster than I can even see it. But them bills are paid on time, and money's going into our savings account and all that stuff. So I'm not complaining.
That's true.
I'm not complaining.
That's true.
By any means.
Good talk.
I'm glad you're handling the finances.
Good talk. Thank you. High five me.
Yeah. High five you. There you go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, finance is such a touchy subject. It's one of the top 2 reasons that couples get divorced is because of finances. So it's definitely a topic, whether it's separate bank accounts or how money is getting handled or where money is going, whatever. It's something that should be talked about often. If you're like me, I know it can be kind of stressful, but it's still something that needs to be done. Like, that's just a discipline thing. Like, put your big boy pants on, grow a pair, and do what needs to be done to really have a more successful relationship. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. It's just, it's required and needs to get done.
Yep. True.
So, I think we're good.
Yeah.
So, you can hang out with us for a little longer. We're running errands, and yeah.
Why are they going to hang out with us?
Because we're still filming.
Oh. Yeah, you're supposed to stop with.
I mean, I will.
Just watch us in silence?
No, that would be weird.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyway, for sure, click out the video, like, subscribe, follow. It's been really cool to see. We had a huge jump last week, which thank you guys. We appreciate that. We're trying to we want your feedback because apparently y'all like this format a lot better. So we're going to try and do this a little more often. Like I said, it's time efficient because we have so many things going on. So it's not easy just to carve out time to be able to sit there in the studio. So we're bringing you guys along for this whole moving process, and we will film and try and keep you guys as up to date as possible. And we got more road trips to come, and yeah, it's gonna be good. So with that, I think we're done for this week.
We're done. Yay!
Deuces. We out.